Of course, it's the first one that pops up on my screen. Okay, singles match. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. A rivalry that started back in NXT when Sami Zayn got there first. He was the champion. Kevin Owens came in a little bit after Zayn. He was there during the celebration when Zayn won the title, and then basically destroyed Zayn on the outside, and then powerbombed him on the ring apron, corner of the ring apron, put him out for a while, and then that carried over into WWE and the Royal Rumble and everything else, and it's still going. And it's one of these things where I understand the storyline and where it came from, but I think it ran its course probably 3 months ago, and it's WWE's way of stalling to figure out what they want to do with these two guys.
They'll probably do this match again at WrestleMania.
I think this is it. I mean, Sami Zayn just, when he even came out and said they both need to move on, and enough's enough, and plus they're in two different shows, so...
I mean, it is always a great match.
Oh, no, they've both been sent to Raw. That's right.
It's always a great match with them, too.
It is, but it's just getting boring, and it just... I have a funny feeling Kevin Owens is... he's going to get a major push for a title, whether it's the Intercontinental Championship again, or the United States title if it eventually comes off Rusev. Sami Zayn, the only title chance I can see Zayn getting would be the U.S. title, because it seems to be they like to put the U.S. title on everybody who's not from the U.S.
What about the Cruiserweight title?
No, I don't. There's the Cruiserweight titles. There's no such thing as a Cruiserweight title.
They're going to bring it back.
They're not going to bring that back.
They said they were going to bring it back. Cruiserweight division.
The Cruiserweight division. It's just a tournament. Didn't
they say on Raw they were going to have Cruiserweight matches?
Yeah, matches, but not a title.
Why not?
Because you don't need another title.
That would be a great title to bring back.
Every title you bring in diminishes the title above it.
Well, they've diminished the title above it. What does the Intercontinental title mean now?
The Intercontinental Championship is the SmackDown title.
That's their main...
That should be... And yes, and that's how you build the title up. You want to come to SmackDown, then you come into SmackDown because you want to battle for the elite, prestigious Intercontinental Championship that's been around more Hall of Famers than the WWE Championship.
Well, they need to get it off The Miz.
Okay.
And not put it on Darren Young.
It's not going to be on Darren Young. That's not going to happen. Okay? But, again, this is how you build up a title, is by giving it more prestige. And the only way to give it more prestige is by making it the title.
I didn't see where you're coming from.
So now SmackDown, they have the Intercontinental Championship, so it needs to be the title. Where over in Raw, they have the WWE Champion, and they have the United States Champion, and they have the Tag Team Champions. So if anybody's going to get a new title, it's got to go to SmackDown.
They have only the Intercontinental Championship?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yep, the Women's Championship is also in Raw.
Wow. Wow.
So they, if you're going to get a new title, it has to go to SmackDown. If you're going to get a Cruiserweight Championship, it has to go to SmackDown. But then you're saying only Cruiserweights are going to fight on SmackDown. Can't do that. You can't limit a division to one show. See, that's where they're going to get in trouble now.
That's what they made it sound like they were doing.
Yeah, they're going to have the Cruiserweight division. They're going to have Cruiserweights fighting on SmackDown, Cruiserweights fighting on Raw, but it's not going to be for a championship. This tournament is like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. It's going to happen once a year, and a winner is going to get named every year as the greatest cruiserweight of the year. They'll probably eventually name it after somebody, but for them to bring a title in and only have it on one show and not have any cruiserweights on, say, Raw would be stupid.
I mean, I think it's stupid to not have the WWE champion.
I personally think
shows.
the WWE champion should be a free agent that fights wherever he wants to fight and whenever he's needed to fight.
Yeah.
That's my...
That could be in the works.
It's possible because they're not making another world championship. That's not happening. Do you make a women's championship now on SmackDown?
2 women's championships?
No. Yeah, but one's on Raw. What do you do? What are the women fighting for on SmackDown? Nothing?
That's what I'm saying.
Are they high-fiving each other? Fight high fives?
We never had 2 women's championships.
Do you bring back the Divas title? I wouldn't, but...
Oh, God.
Do you bring back the SmackDown Women's Championship and rename the one on Raw for Raw? Or do you just leave it the women's title? And this is the problem when you split the divisions. When you split shows. They've done this before. Everybody in their right mind thought it worked. But if you sit down and look at it from an analyst point, it never worked. Because you still had guys jumping ship from one show to the other. If you remember, Kurt Angle got involved in a SmackDown Battle Royal, won it, and became the world champion, but meanwhile he was on Raw.
Right. I don't understand why they did that last time. But I can't understand why they did it this time, except to leave speculation and the want to know of what they're going to do for people like us. It's the only thing I can think
they
of.
want people to make rumors and things like that, Bottom line is, the only thing that makes sense business-wise is that you have the Intercontinental Champions. You're going to have to make a tag team champion for SmackDown, and you're going to have to make a women's champion for SmackDown. I don't have a problem with that. Tag team SmackDown champions, women's championship at SmackDown, the Intercontinental Championship is the championship for SmackDown. I have no problem with that.
Give it more prestige, like you said.
Okay? No problem with that. But you cannot sit there and combine all these records, though. You can't say, all right, New Day's the tag team champions, but over the American, what's the new guys they just brought up from NXT from SmackDown? American Muscle or American
something like that. I can't think of it.
Now, if they say they win a tournament in SmackDown for the tag team champions, you can't put on the record books that they're both WWE tag team champions, and you can't have a champion versus champion because then you defeat the whole purpose, and you have to eliminate one of the titles.
Yep.
So this is where the split kind of sucks because you're limited now.
And isn't Ambrose on SmackDown? Didn't he get drafted to SmackDown?
Ambrose is on SmackDown.
WWE champion.
The WWE champion is on SmackDown.
On SmackDown. So there will be no WWE champion on Raw if Seth Rollins doesn't win tonight or Roman Reigns doesn't win tonight.
If Ambrose, there'll be no heavyweight champion on Raw.
Are you kidding me?
Unless they bring him on Raw to do promos and stuff like that because he is the champion. But he won't wrestle. I don't know.
It almost forces them to bring back that World Heavyweight Championship.
Which they did not gonna. They said they're not gonna. Now, what do you do with...
Tomorrow, I'm telling you, on Raw tomorrow, after whatever happens tonight, there's going to be a big problem with the WWE champion being on one brand, and they're going
So now, what's
he's going to be a floater.
What's the Raw's title, though? What's their shit? What's their...
The tag championships, I guess.
And the U.S. title?
And the
women's title?
On a 3-hour show. Give me a break.
Okay. See, this is where we can talk about this for hours. Yeah. I mean, this is...
Give me a break.
Let's get back to Battleground. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. What do you got?
KO, baby. Fight Owens, fight. Fight Kevin, fight.
You figure they almost have to. If they're going to give him a push, they almost have to give him this match.
Take nothing away from Sami Zayn in the ring ability. I mean, either of them. It's just my pick to win.
Becky Lynch versus Natalya.
Oh, well, you know who I'm going
Natalya's tired of being a nice girl and, everybody taking advantage of her. And Becky Lynch is tired of all her friends turning and stabbing her in the back. And the match means pretty much nothing. Maybe a number one contendership. I have no idea. But who do you got?
I like Becky. And on a side note, I think WWE Creative needs to go to Natalya and tell her to stop smiling. Seriously. When she wrestles, she smiles too much. She's too real. She breaks... I just feel she breaks character a lot, and she doesn't do what she can. Yeah. I mean, we've seen the Hearts. You know, she can be much, much better.
Well, maybe they're trying to make her mean here. Let's see. John Cena, Enzo Amore, Big Cass versus the Club, consisting of AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson, which we know this will be the last time the Club is together because AJ Styles is been drafted away from the other two. So, to me, as much as John Cena always wins, the Club has to win this match.
I got Gallows and Anderson turning on AJ tonight.
Why? For Finn Balor?
Absolutely. That's why he's coming up.
It's coming up because he's drafted, but
Bro, Bullet Club all over his gear.
It's... I don't know.
Basically etched in stone.
It makes no sense because then they can't feud.
No, they can't feud, but this is how they break up.
I just think it's gonna break. They already know they're broken up. They don't need to have a feud.
This is the official breakup.
This is the high five. See it. Never.
All the crap that AJ gave them the past couple of months, getting involved in his matches.
I don't know.
I mean, I got,
John Cena.
John
Cena is a loser in this match, regardless, because there's no way in hell he can look good in this match because he's paired with two knuckleheads that can't really wrestle, and the other one's dancing around like a crack fiend. And then you got John Cena, who he's the serious guy that wants to get a fight in, and I just think he's gonna be made to look terrible in this match.
This is his first pay-per-view match back, Cena's.
Mm-hmm.
How sad is that? And it's not even about him.
Whatever. I mean, right now it's not about any of them because they're all on different shows. So it's just like, right now this was a show that was made, and then they did the split, and now they're all going elsewhere. It was something like, you probably should have thought about this before you made this match. But whatever. Intercontinental Championship. So who are you taking on that? You taking Enzo Cena and
yeah.
I'm taking the Club. The Miz versus Darren Young. I have the Miz. I really know the Miz is going to win. So.
But why are they trying to make Darren Young great again? Why did they bring Bob Backlund back?
I think they're trying to give him a little bit of a push. They're trying to get him out there.
But if he loses to the Miz,
it doesn't matter. But the Miz is a former opponent. He is a former WWE champ. He is a former WrestleMania headliner.
Yeah, all former, and he was buried the past 2 years, bro. He was buried. The Miz. I don't even understand. I don't even know how he got the title back. They just watered it down more.
Well, the only way to keep the belt from being watered down is by keeping it on one person for a long period of time. Hence the tag team championships and the women's championship.
Who did he beat for the Intercontinental title?
I want to say Dean Ambrose. Then Dean Ambrose beat Kevin Owens.
And Miz beat Dean?
Oh, no. Miz beat Zack Ryder the day after Zack Ryder won it. No, that was Zack Ryder getting to hold his hand up in his hometown at a pay-per-view.
I'm with it. I'm with his moment to shine.
Yeah. All right. So, at this time, we'd like to welcome in our guest of the show, former WWE superstar known as Damien Sandow. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Awesome. I mean, of course, we just like to say thank you for giving us your time on this Sunday, and we got a couple questions I'd like to ask you about your past wrestling career, and we'll catch up to present time. So. Let's get this party started.
Very good.
Okay. I read some things on you that you started at an early age. You were like 16 when you started training.
Yes.
Now, what at 16, such a young age, what made you decide that that's what you wanted to do?
Well, I kind of I knew it's what I wanted to do since I was about 5, and it just really never went away. And then at 16, I kind of found a way in. And a wrestling show, Killer Kowalski was there. I met him, kind of convinced him to train me. Of course, my parents had to sign a permission slip and everything. Mm-hmm. And one thing led to another, and just started training and kind of got into it, and that was it.
Okay, now, I mean, it was early, a long period of time between being 16 and then I guess getting noticed with WWE. Now, who's